In this video, we have another six-figure supercharged monster. This is a technical overview of the Ford Raptor R. Here in front of me, we have the latest generation of the Ford F-150 Raptor R. Let's talk about the front fascia. With the 2024 model year, you have an updated design, you have new headlight assemblies, you have updated front fascia designs, but it remains mostly the same here. You have a much wider track, much wider haunches here to accommodate the bigger tires, and of course, the unique suspension design. At the front, you still have grille shutters behind this front grille here. You have Ford across this large grille assembly. Here's your front-facing camera. R badge is right there. Got a steel front bumper. Feels really good. Nice recovery hooks. You even have grille shutters for this lower portion here. Lots of openings here for various cooling systems. And of course, for your tire and wheel package, it is a squared setup. They are some massive 37-inch tires. These are BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. The usual setup you've seen in many high-end Baja trucks. Now that we have the Ford F-150 Raptor R on the lift, let's take a look at the chassis and suspension setup. Right here, you'll find various skid plates, which are extremely beefy. They are there to protect the frame as well as various components. For your front suspension setup, you have an independent double wishbone style suspension with these massive aluminum lower control arms. For your coil spring dampers, you have these Fox Racing shocks. They have individual adjustments for your compression and rebound. These things can take an absolute beating. Moving behind the engine, you have the 10-speed automatic transmission that you'll see from other Ford products. This has been adapted to receive the massive amounts of torque from this Carnivore V8. Here is your Borg-Warner transfer case, which has torque on demand features. It then sends power through this massive aluminum propeller shaft to the live rear axle. Here, as you can see, you have a very intricate exhaust system that is routed very interestingly. Look at the finish of the metal. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Moving on to the rear of the Ford F-150 Raptor R. As you can see, you have a better look at your rear exhaust tips here. Here's your tow hitch. Here's your massive matching spare tire setup. And of course, for your rear suspension architecture, you have a live rear axle semi-independent suspension with these massive coil springs here. And of course, up there are your very advanced Fox shock bodies. You can see the individual solenoids up there. You have these guards protecting them. And of course, there's your single piston floating brake caliper with an integrated parking brake motor. Pretty basic setup. We've seen a design like this before, but it is very robust and very tough for off-roading. Let's go over the basic engine bay layout of the F-150 Raptor R. This is the green variant. You'll see a black version throughout the video. What I love about the F-150 Raptor R is that it is this typical F-150 engine bay layout here. Your main computers and ECU units are right up top here. Battery assembly is right here. Pretty large AGM battery. You have two coolant expansion tanks here. One is for your high temperature coolant circuit for your main engine cooling. One is a separate low temperature coolant circuit for your supercharger cooling. You can see those lines leading to that massive Eaton supercharger assembly. Reaching to the valve covers are pretty easy. They are aluminum. You can see your ignition coils on top there underneath this plastic cover, PCV hose. There's your oil cap, some sensors for your camshaft timing. Air duct is on that side. There's your massive air box assembly. This does use an electro-hydraulic brake booster. AC service ports are right here. So while we watch this absolute hooligan start the oil change on this Raptor R, let's talk about some technical specifications of this truck. At the heart of the beast, we have a 5.2 liter supercharged dual overhead cam 90-degree V8 known as the Carnivore. The cylinder block and cylinder heads are made out of aluminum with closed deck designs featuring optimized cooling jackets and a strengthened cast design. Bore and stroke is at 94mm and 93mm respectively, with a compression ratio of 9.5 to 1. In the block, you have plasma transfer wire arc cylinder liners, which is a feature found in many high power output applications today. The block is also equipped with forged aluminum pistons and a forged steel crankshaft. In the cylinder heads, you have dual overhead camshaft design with variable camshaft timing for both camshafts in each bank. And at the very top, you have port fuel injectors integrated into a 2.65 liter supercharger developed by Eaton. And as for cooling all of this, we have a robust but typical cooling system with a thermostat and mechanical water pump, and the intercooler has a separate cooling loop. The transmission is a unique version of the 10R80 10-speed automatic transmission with a unique torque converter and an additional pinion gear on the 4th planetary gear set. Overall, servicing the Raptor R is much like many F-150s on the road. The engine bay is big, your main consumables will be your brakes, tires, and lots of gas, and as long as the powertrain is well taken care of, this is an incredibly capable truck. Lastly, let's talk about the interior of the F-150 Raptor R. If you've been in the interior of an F-150 before from this generation, a lot of this will be familiar. Let's start with the basics. Starting off with the steering wheel, you have a nice meaty steering wheel here. It is leather wraps. You have this nice stitching on the inside here, nice R badge at the bottom. On the left side, you have these cruise controls, which are very easy to use. They work really well. You have a dedicated R mode button here to configure. It's a dedicated drive mode. You can configure your suspension, your engine, your exhaust mode, all of that stuff. You have toggles here for different steering modes, your chassis and suspension modes, as well as an exhaust mode as well. As far as the doors go, you have more of that soft touch materials up here. You have nice Alcantara inserts. You have a Bang & Olufsen sound system. You have motorized wing mirrors, which work very well. You have 3-position memory seats, physical window switches, all the typical stuff you've seen in the F-150, and of course, cavernous amounts of door storage here. You can fit various tools, knickknacks across the dash.
And attached to this whole assembly is a 10-speed select shift automatic transmission with its own cooler.
Glove box inside the dash. I love that the storage is very well thought out here. Moving on to the infotainment, it uses the latest iteration of Ford Sync software. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It has a decent amount of processing speed, works pretty well, and your full drive modes are also down here. You have a dedicated button here for your rear differential locker. Nice volume buttons here, tuning knob, all physical controls. You have physical HVAC controls down here, very tactile, very easy to use with gloves. You have heated and cooled seat buttons and a button for your heated steering wheel. I have more storage down here, wireless phone charger and 2 USB ports, more cup holders, nice physical shifter, and of course, absolutely cavernous amounts of space in the center console. They know their buyers very well. You can even flip this over to make a table once you get that shifter down. And as for the seats, they are super plush, very comfortable. They are heated and cooled, of course, as I've said before. Nice Raptor R badge at the middle, nice perforation. They look really good. I have no complaints when it comes to the interior. The build quality is really good here. All the features, all the ergonomics are very well thought out.
Let's make some conclusion about the 2025 Ford F-150 Raptor R. Well, it is the most capable off-road truck out there, right alongside the Ram TRX. If it were really up to me, I would pick the F-150 Raptor R because, I mean, I have a bias towards Ford, and I'm not very fond of Stellantis. There's a lot of, socio-political stuff surrounding that. But regardless, this truck as a whole package is just amazing. Is it overpriced? Maybe. But this is for the absolute baller that gives no craps and just wants a supercharged V8 with a warranty in an F-150. And this is the one to get. It is the ultimate Baja champion. I will never reach the capability of this truck on these flat surfaces of Texas, but like, I can just imagine with these Fox shock bodies, it's just, this thing can take a beating over and over again. It will just work. And this engine is charismatic. It's super, super powerful. And as a whole package, I think this truck is great. Anyways, that's it for me.